Hello everybody, Balian here, bringing you a bit of a different video today. If you're not aware, there is an esports league for the UFC 4 game known as the ESFL, the Esports Fight League. I've been commentating and running the broadcast since its kind of start about 2.5 years ago. We have a huge team now, lots of different people, loads of different moving parts, but we have the best competitors in the world that come on every week and they fight and they compete. Most of you know this, some of you probably don't. Last Saturday just gone, the 12th, there was a Grand Prix tournament. We put the 8 of the best players in the world into a UFC 4 tournament, one night only, and they fought their way through to get to the final. Now, we already had a couple of shows for the ESFL after release, so these are the guys who have gone undefeated so far in about 6 weeks of ESFL Esports UFC 4 competition. So these are 8 people who are undefeated, all 2-0, won all their fights, now in a Grand Prix tournament to see who becomes the first ESFL champion. Now, the event's over, we have a champion, and I'm going to break down the final fight, the final championship fight of that card for you guys here today, because I think giving a little bit of an analysis at literally the highest level of this game could be quite informative for you, see what these guys are using competitively against each other. And if you want to watch the full event, you can do so. I'll leave a link in the description, but if you go to the Twitch page, twitch.tv/ESFL Gaming, or the YouTube page, we have all of the VODs on the YouTube as well. You can watch all of the previous events there, just ESFL Gaming on YouTube. Okay, so the main event here was SlickColt on my left, and on the right over there, Dabiken. Now, these two had obviously won their brackets in the tournament. So they won their first bracket, then they won in the semis. Now they're here in the finals. They did a best of 3. So Dabiken took the first win. It was a Cody Garbrandt versus, I think it was TJ Dillashaw matchup. Maybe. I can't remember. No, it was Alexander Volkanovski. They both picked Volkanovski at 145. Now they're going to move up, I think, to a lightweight fight or a welterweight fight. It says lightweight there, but I didn't know Jorge was at lightweight, which is weird. Okay, maybe he is. Never mind. Anyway, and this is the final fight between the two for the main event and for the belt. So I'm going to commentate it through for you now, guys, and I'll just sort of talk about what they're doing, and we can break down the skills of each player. If you don't know anything about them, SlickColt here, the name is Slick Blap, you'll see on the screen. SlickColt's a bit more of a wrestler. He had performed very well up to this point using good heavy top pressure and ground and pound, which kind of dictated the meta for the Grand Prix event. A lot of people use ground and pound. A lot of people were using that to get wins, but there were also people using stand up as well. So, some people think ground and pound's OP or whatever. It certainly did very well in the tournament on Saturday, but as you'll see, Dabiken here is a bit more of a MMA fighter, and this final fight is kind of contested a bit on the feet here, so we're going to just sit through. They'll skip through now, and I'll pause as we go, and we can talk about what's occurring and what's happening. Just test my pause here. Okay, good, right. Okay, good, that's working. Okay, so they come out, they touch up. Obviously, the initial matchup, if you're picking Jorge, you've got a bit more of a versatile skill set, so I expect to see more kicks from Slick. And Dabiken, obviously, Conor McGregor, a bit more head movement, slipping, and those straight punches with the range as well. But you'll see that Slick putting on the pressure straight away with that jab, really just pushing it in his face. And then Dabiken just throwing these crazy combos. Now, you'll see him go to this over and over again. The lead hook rear uppercut is such a high level and probably one of the best combinations in the meta right now, because the lead hook, you can only duck it. You can pull counter it, I guess, but like if you start with it, not many people initiate a pull counter. Sometimes people do. A lot of the high level players wait till like the third punch in the combination to pull, because usually it'll be a 1, 2, 3 or a double jab hook, right? But the lead hook rear uppercut will catch you if you're ducking, or if you duck under it, the uppercut will catch you. So you'll see Dabiken use that over and over again. Lead hook, uppercut. Nice shot to the body there. He found a little bit of a time to throw that in. There's a 1-2. So hands were down there for Slick. I guess he was trying to set up a kick. He threw it after the fact there as well. And all of the jabs Slick are throwing, he's pushing forward. Lead leg kick into the overhand. That's nice. There's a takedown, but he was out of range for it. Again, starts a combination with a rear uppercut, and then Slick also starting a combination with the rear uppercut. So that's how close these guys are fighting. They're literally initiating with rear uppercuts. You'll see everything is just lead hook, rear uppercut, and straights. Obviously, nice clenched knees. Easy. There's the slip off for that left hand already. So you'll see Dab probably use that a lot more. He's really just whipping that head off. There again, rear uppercut, lead hook. Starting combinations with that. And the block, the health right here. So low initially, just from that small little touching. He didn't land them on the chin, but the block went all the way down just because that rear uppercut, lead hook. So you can see that all day. That's a nice lead hook straight. Fakes the kick that time. Again, now beginning combos with the lead hook instead of the jab is starting to work for Slick right here. That's nice. Standard combo. Again, starts with the lead hook, ends with the body kick. Nice. So Slick's finding a home with that lead hook right now. Again, he used the jab there. As soon as he went back to it, Dabiken slips it immediately. Lead hook, lead hook. There's a jab again. Trying to fire over the top. So he slipped then, he threw 2 jabs. Dab anticipate the next one would be a jab. So you see him already slipping, making that read straight away. Lead hook, lead hook, lead hook. And it's just about those weapons right now. Nice. Again, lead hook, straight right, body kick. That's what Slick has been looking for the whole fight. Double uppercuts. He starts with an uppercut. Again, you see him do it there 3 times. Can we see that again? After this body kick. And then Dabiken, straight, and then pulls rear uppercut, lead hook, rear uppercut, lead hook. All day. Nasty. And then goes back to, again, rear uppercut, lead hook. This amount of block damage is doing, it's crazy. Nice body kick. That was just well timed because it was circling out. And Slick has to get back to that hook because, you know, Dab's only turning his head in one direction off to the side there. Jab right hand, standard. Lead hook counters his jab because that south will be orthodox for you there. It's a nice straight left. He just used that to close the distance to get in range for those double uppercuts. Nice again. Lead hook, rear uppercut. That was just a rear hook lead uppercut this time. Slick's now under a lot of pressure right here. The rest of this fight has all been dictated here. And right now, pressuring is very, very good. It's very hard to hit clean counters. The head movement isn't always like 100% reliable, I feel like. For a lot of reasons. It gets reported by the game changers quite often about, we'll post a lot of videos of slipping and landing counter shots and not interrupting opponents coming forward or stopping momentum. So if you're being pressured, your options are limited. He occasionally circles out to hit this lead hook, but Dabiken's doing such a good job just holding this center octagon here. Rear uppercut. And this time, instead of the lead hook, grabs the clinch. I like that. And this is just how close they're fighting. Look at this. They basically they're in like the pocket, which is the range, the optimal range for your uppercuts, and what they've done in UFC 4 now is uppercuts and hooks have different ranges. The uppercut is the closest range, so if you're in the pocket and your uppercuts are landing clean, you're literally fighting as close as you can be. Lead hook, rear uppercut. Lead hook, rear uppercut. You can see this is just the combo of the fight and the combo of the tournament, really. If you're not using lead hook, rear uppercut, guys, like you should do, or even rear uppercut, lead hook as well, sorry, because sometimes they start with that. This is just constant block work as well from Dabiken. You know, he's managing his stamina really well comparative to a Masvidal player. He has landed a few body kicks. The block gauge, though, it's similar, but Slick's taking so much more damage on his block right now. Dab's maybe making occasional head movement reads, which is keeping his block a little higher. But the head health is kind of similar too. Double jab in. It doesn't take much, look, to break that block. That's a nice step out body rear uppercut. 1-2s. And look at this right here. They both just hit so hard with both these fighters. Like they can't stand and block. So it's constant tittle-tattling backwards and forwards. But Slick did a good job towards the end of that round, retaking the pressure. You know, he's already fought Dabiken once. He's seen Dabiken fight all night. He knows that the pressure is what has got him the victories in a lot of his fights. So he's not given up that ground. And it comes out for the second. He's trying to stay, you know, lateral. He's trying to plant his feet. But he has to just back up. It's under the pressure. Gets under the hook. But again, he throws the uppercut. The pull counter's there from Dabiken. And look at this head health from one counter strike from Dabs right here. I mean, look. Then he threw the rear uppercut, a lead hook, and then a straight. If any of those connected, that probably would have got a knockdown. He had no block left. So again, he's forced to just back up here. He's got the stamina, but like, you know, he's not going to have a window to land a counter shot because he's ending with a straight. It's a low recovery animation. So he'll be back in position before he could even do anything. And yeah, he's got to wait for the stamina to come back, but he's just losing the head health in the block battle by giving up ground like that. But it's hard, it's tough, you know. He got under the hook, but then there was just another 3-punch combination from Dabiken. And he gave him time to recover the stamina, and they're trading hooked again. See, right here, they're landing these short shots, these straights, and they look good, they're landing, but they don't do a lot of damage because they're not at optimal range. They're standing so close that they're just being muffled, they're just being muted because they're in hooking range, they're not in jab and straight range. Nice body kick right there. So Dab's landed a couple of them, which has kind of been helping him drain that stamina. Slips. Gets 3 knees in that time, but a nice break. So that's the lead uppercut, rear hook again. Taking that on the block, and as soon as Slick finds time to turn on the pressure, he's doing pretty good against Dab here, you know? Lead hook. Even the corner's telling him to go forward there. Double lead hooks. Nice jab. I mean, whiffed big on that. He tried to set it up with the jab as well, but that's kind of a little dangerous thing to do, right? I mean, you've got time left in the round to make it up. Let's see what he counters with. Let's see a lead hook. His block was already up, and the straight is going to come off the block as well. The leg kick lands, but I mean, he whiffed big on that. If you'd have went low initially, you know, those are the kind of moments you have to try and throw those body kicks because you've got to get ahead on something, and look, minimal damage because the range wasn't exactly accurate either. So, and then gets backed up again. Ducks to throw the right hand over the top. But he's ducking to the right, so, you know. Well, actually, Dab's changed to orthodox. I don't know if you've noticed that. His head movement slip was always to the right-hand side to slip that jab. Now he can still slip to the right to set up that well, he'd set up the straight left, but basically his counter shot is reversed because he was southpaw slipping to his right to set up his straight left, but the lead hook kept coming in, so now I guess he's gone here to try and slip the straight right instead of trying to slip the jab because the jab's not really coming out that much. Because he can't slip to the right anymore because he'll go right into that hook. And he won't even be setting up his rear hand. Look at that. That was a nice, must have been a rear hook lead uppercut. That's what it took to completely break this block gauge. And you watch the head health recovery on Colt. Look, it's really slow. Like, you have to be careful in these situations. As a lead hook straight, almost broke the block as well. Yeah, you can see Slick's getting a little desperate. That was a nice example of a slip. Let me see that slip counter again. I want to see that slip counter because he nailed it, but it didn't stop Dab's combo there. Did I just advance the fight or go back? I think we've gone back quite far. It's quite hard to actually jump around on this. All right, I won't jump around anymore. There's the slip. So he's still slipping the jab, but he's slipping to the inside of it now, which is slipping away from the lead hook, which is nice. This is the pressure from SlickColt. Doubling up on the lead hooks again. Lead hook straight. Right hand. See, this is beautiful work here. Look at all of this he's done. What are we at? 2-3, 203, 12. Okay, let me go to 203, 4 here. Right, against the cage because of the pressure from the body kicks. Slips, nothing doing. Like, I don't know if he was waiting for it, but Dab anticipated a jab, nothing doing. So he throws the first check hook. Doesn't do much, but look at that block. Another one. Keeps the block low. Straight. Breaks the block and bleeds through to health damage. So Dab's on the back foot. He re-enters the pocket. Not sure why he does this with no block. Head still recovering. The jab is going to set up the block break again with the lead hook. So jab, lead hook, nice simple two-piece, but he knows how weak the block is. So breaks the block with the jab, lead hook, and it bleeds through to half health damage. The straight follows up. And now this next one, bam. I mean, oh, he pulled out to get out of there, but follows up nicely with the lead hook again. Oh, and if that landed, that would have been the end of the fight. Block broken, no head health left. That would have been the end of the fight right there. It just came across him in such a small arc. Let's watch that sequence in real time again, because that was a really good sequence right there. So backed him up with the body kick, check hook again, straight, breaks the block, jab, keeps the block low, lead hook, the right hand pierces, lead hook, straight right, and the kick just misses. And Dab gets time to recover. The block's still low though, see those straights are piercing it. Dab's real low on the head health. That one sequence like changed the whole fight. But then you see Dab moving forward here. Let's see the start of this. That's at the end of the head kick. So he comes back with his own head kick, tries to catch him out, takes a block down halfway, doesn't back up straight away. So he wants to stay in the pocket. Maybe he saw the block break bleed through He's sliding out now and knows he's hurt. Okay. Enters with a jab, straight, which bleeds through, and he's not blocking that. Okay. Check hook right here. And another one. So that's just a lead hook straight. So these aren't even breaking through the block because Colt's not even blocking right now. 1, 2. Yeah, okay. Wasn't as good as I thought. Okay, let's just keep watching through. There's a slip with the right hand again. So now he's slipping to the inside. He's still slipping the lead hand, but he's slipping to the inside to throw that straight right. So it's a nice adjustment. And that was nice as well. SlickColt trying to stay in there. So Colt, he's not really blocking that much anymore. I don't know if he's trying to set up head movement or counter shots. One lead hook that was. That came down all the way here, guys. That's bad. That's like you're in a bad spot where a lead hook's doing that. And the jab just tickling the block as well. Double jab, you know, you're down here. Anything next is going to bleed through and do some damage. Overhand. But that block was recharging, so I think just the range of that muted it. You got to watch Dab's health, though, as well. Inside leg kick, overhand again. So that kind of just got stuffed. There's only 20 seconds left. This is the second round. This is going to be recovering. Nice front kick. Straight to the body. Jab straight. Lead uppercut straight. Lead hook. He tried everything there. It was all perfectly timed. It just wasn't enough. And Slick able to just back up and cover up right there. Wow. Good fight, right? I mean, like I said, I'm pausing this a lot. If you want to watch the whole fight, you can. It's on the ESFL YouTube page. Go watch it. I'm doing this as an analysis so you can see kind of the sequences that inform the fight and also what these guys' tendencies are. Because what you're seeing right now is just basically good execution of the correct strikes within ranges. They're not throwing... We saw a little bit of them throwing jabs and straights in hook range because they're muted, but they are fighting so close that majority of all their striking is hooks and uppercuts because that's the range that they're fighting in. And you can see how meticulous they are with the block breaking. Even someone like Slick, who is normally a wrestler, he got that bit of space and he was able to set up his block break and try and end with a fight finishing move, which didn't land, but he set that up organically. It's not like he presses like L1 and X and it does a finishing fight. That's a fight ending move that he set up organically with his block breaking, with the lead hook, kept it low, followed it up, and that 1-2 head kick that just whiffed, if it landed, it probably would have been the end of the fight. Double jabs from both of them. So he's now still southpaw. This time he's still slipping to the inside. Now he goes orthodox. Probably made the read himself consciously there. Like, oh, I'm slipping the wrong way from this stance. Nice little get weird underneath duck under there. And look at this. They're just touching each other and their blocks are melting. 1-2. So 4-piece right here from Slick. Doesn't even burn that much stamina. You know, it's round 3. They've both got loads of stamina. It doesn't land a lot, but this is where they're at. You know, they can still throw these 4-punch combinations. I mean, you can see 2 punches are breaking the block. So it's about setting them up. That is a huge mistake right there. That is a huge mistake. Let's see how it ends here. Ducks under the hook. Uppercut sits him down. Ground and pound. Ground and pound to the finish. And there you go. And that's how Dabiken done it. That's how he became the first ESFL champ at 4:20 on the clock. The first ESFL champ for Xbox for season 1 of UFC 4. We've had obviously ESFL champs in UFC 3, but he had to beat, you know, some good competitors all throughout the night. Unnoticed Legacy, Michael, and then here as well. SlickColt was looking good. Colt did the right thing, but this is exactly what I'm talking about. Like at the start of this video, I told you, like, there's a reason you throw the lead hook uppercut for that exact reason. Like he slips under the lead hook. Right? Lead hook, perfect. I'll get underneath it. So what do you follow up with? Your uppercut every time. Bam. It's right there. It's so big that it floors him. Right? Let's see the mistake that led to the ending sequence right there. We'll go back to the start of the round even. Trading in the pocket here. Right, so this is actually a fairly good sequence for SlickColt because he breaks the block. The block's already low here. And Dab again re-engages with his block low. I'm not sure why. Is that an elbow? Might have been an elbow. I don't know if it hit the block. He's just going to see who throws first because they're both just waiting on each other. Lead hook. There's the pull. So Dab's obviously waiting on the pull. That's why he was waiting still. Doesn't get it, but he still has the momentum from it. So he blocked the lead hook and then pulled into air. So he's going to throw a return uppercut anyway, because in his mind, his brain's already pre-registered that he's going to hit the pull. So he still gets this with loads of damage. So doesn't even, you know, nail the timing of the pull counter, which is why they were pausing for so long. The straight comes through, but yeah, obviously not as damaging as this slip uppercut, even though he didn't follow anything. And he already committed to his second strike over the top with the right hand. So he has to reset. There's a jab. This time whiffing the uppercut does Dabiken. And right here, they get a bit of space. Jab, straight. Jab, that's the 4-piece. Now this distance covery here, this might be Connor's footwork, but we'll see, because this is when Slick throws that body kick. The jab comes out. So this is SlickColt's indication that offense has begun. So it's almost like a fake. I mean, it may have been a fake, or maybe he was trying to close distance and was going to follow up, but decided not to. But this is what I think pulls out the body kick. Yeah, exactly. So it's the step in jab, still out of range. So Slick fires the body kick thinking he's going to commit, you know, from way outside. I'm in range for this. Jab, steps in with another jab. Just as the body kick lands, which obviously isn't going to do hardly any damage. It's muted. They're way too close. He's mid-strike. And this 2, bam, right there. And it's only going to take one more punch because he's not blocking. Full block gauge, but he has no way to block this because he's mid-strike. Vulnerability comes out, bam. So it's a 1, 2, 3. Fake jab, step in, jab, 2, 3, and he even followed up with a straight. So he did land a 4-piece right there, which, you know, you don't throw often. So he must have known once that body kick landed, like, oh, I'm going to throw this out here, because there's a straight right in there as well. So that was the perfectly timed duck, you know? He's backing up, recovering. His block is still up, though. That's the thing. Slick didn't even need to duck. He probably could have taken both those shots on his block. Now, if he had done that, would he have been able to exit and continually blocking? Would he then have to have used head movement? Maybe. But look at the stamina on Dabiken. So if he did actually take these two, this rear uppercut and lead hook on his block, I mean, maybe he would have been okay, maybe not. But the stamina from Dabiken would have stopped the offense right there. But he really powered through with it. And yeah, the uppercut right there, I think it even, did that come off his block? We have to see that, guys. We have to see that. 445. Slip, nicely done. I mean, this is like a really pronounced lead hook because this is the start of a new combination, because he's already gone fake jab, jab, 2, 3, 2. All right. And so he's thinking the combo's over, and low stamina at that recovery. Now he leads with the lead hooks, which is why this is so labored and easy to read for him. Gets underneath it. Now let's see if this bounces off the block here. Can we see the playback speed right here? Right. So he did lose a little block, so I'm guessing maybe he still had his block up when he swayed, but he swayed into it, and it was enough to put him down. Look at him flying through the air there like a carrot. I don't know. Boom. And then the stamina, you know, Dab was burning this out. He got this big boost back because it started a finishing sequence, which gave him enough stamina to finish the grounder pound. So it was literally, I don't even know how many shots you want to say in an offense there. After that jab comes out. Is this? I think this is around the time. It's a nice fake head movement there that also brings out that 4-piece. So he's literally just putting out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7, and then 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So he gets 13 punches without taking a break, really, on the same stamina gauge. So that's a lot of offense. But hey, Dabiken got it done. So he looked good all night. It was a great performance throughout the evening. Props to Dabiken. He is the champion now. There's a lot of hungry guys on Xbox that will want to come up and snatch that belt. Next Saturday, we have our PlayStation tournament as well. So that's the 19th. So be sure to tune in for that if you want to see a one-night, 8-man tournament with the best players. But there's a little breakdown of the main event, how it played out. You know, it wasn't really like a specific strategy that was implemented to secure the victory. It was just good combinations, which they were both using. And then just capitalization on the mistakes of your opponent, you know, which is what it is at the highest level. You make one mistake, one body kick, really. And you know what? He could have won that one. And that was 1-0 already to Dabiken. So after that one, it was a best of 3. That's 2-0 for Dabiken. So he took the belt, but that head kick was close. I'm glad we went back and watched that. All right, let me know if you enjoyed this. I will do more of them. There's obviously a lot of high-level esports fights that happen all the time at the ESFL, so I can keep doing them if you want. But until then, have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching. Appreciate it. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you in the next one, guys. See you soon.